I've had a few people tell me, your schedule is so boring. Your day looks so regimented. Like, don't you ever have fun? You do the same thing day after day. Doesn't that get boring? Don't you get tired of it? These kind of questions. And to tell you the truth, I don't really think about it. And the answer is no. I actually feel very fulfilled by it. You see, for one, I set my own schedule. That's one of the beauties of being an entrepreneur. But two, just by doing the same thing day after day doesn't inherently make it boring. In fact, I was just thinking about this on my walk here, because I go for a walk every single day. As you may have noticed, these videos are always shot here. It's one of the most enjoyable parts of my day. I come here, I shoot a video, and then I head back home. It's really enjoyable, right? And I was thinking about this yesterday at a different point in my day, at a different time block, and I was like, I love this part of my day. I'm so glad I get to do this. And I was feeling really good about it. And I was like, you know what? Almost like every part of my day is fun. Every day is fulfilling. Every moment of my day is fulfilling because I choose to feel that way about it. Number one, like I said, because I set it. So that's different than other people. They don't have a set schedule that they gave themselves. They have to follow somebody else's orders, whether at their job, at their school, whatever. I understand. I used to be in that boat too, but I made the choice to be an entrepreneur, and this is one of the benefits of it. But secondly, even if you were working a job, when you come home and in the morning, that's your time. You get to decide your own schedule, and you get to decide what you put in it. So think about this for a minute. What kind of things do you put in your schedule right now? And do they feel fulfilling to you? The things that you do, right? So let's say you go to a job and you come back home. What's it like when you come back home? Do you actually feel genuinely relaxed? Do you feel like you're being fulfilled outside of work? Because I could probably bet that while you're at work, you're thinking, oh man, I just really want to go home right now. I really just want to relax. If you're at a job you really don't like very much, you're probably not thinking like, wow, I love this job. I'm so happy I'm here right now. I'm so grateful to be here. Most of the day, you're in a state of negativity and of longing. You're not in the present moment. You're thinking about the future. Because when you get home, now I can live life. Now I can finally relax. Now I can enjoy myself, right? And so what kind of things do you do? What kind of things do most people do? Well, turn on the TV, watch some Netflix, right? Get a little bored from that, go on your phone, check some messages, scroll through Instagram, get bored of that. Maybe you'll play a video game or two, right? How fulfilled do you really feel by these things? Because I used to do all of these things and I don't do them now. And it's not because they necessarily aren't as addictive, because nothing's changed there. It's just that they sort of lost their appeal for me because I do other things in my day that's more appealing. But there's one distinction that I want to make, and the only reason I was able to get to this point is simply because I cut those things out. I cut those things out completely. And because I did that, these other areas of my life are far more fulfilling. The positive things that are actually growing me, things like going for a walk, things like reading a book, exercising. These are genuinely the most fulfilling things that I do in a day. And these, to most people, feel boring or a lot of hard work. Why would I want to do that? I already did a hard day's work. Why do I want to do more? Right? But the only reason you feel like that is simply because you're caught in this cycle, this addictive behavior of these things that are spiking your dopamine. Now, I've made a video about dopamine before, but I just want you to understand that something is literally happening at a chemical level in your brain every single time you engage in these kind of overstimulating behaviors. And as fun as they are in the moment, you know ultimately how you're going to feel in the end, right? How many more days do you need to wake up after staying up late watching a whole series on Netflix, or after playing for hours of video games in one night? You wake up in the morning feeling exhausted, so groggy, so tired, you don't want to wake up. And when you finally pull yourself out of bed, then you got to go to work. And you don't feel like doing that. But you make it through the day, and the whole day you're just thinking about, okay, finally when I get home, that's what I'm thinking about. That's what I want to do. If somebody were to tell you, okay, don't do that, actually go for a walk, actually go do some exercise or read a book, I can almost guarantee that you're going to be like, are you kidding me? I'm not doing that. I want to just enjoy myself. But that's the problem. You're not actually enjoying yourself. And I know that a lot of people aren't going to like this. In fact, one of the videos that I put up about video games had I was going to say it had a dislike, right? But that doesn't really matter because it's like you don't know how many likes overall, right? But what I'm saying is it had its first like hate comment, hate sent towards it. And why? Because people don't like to take away the thing that they feel is fulfilling them. And in fact, that was what the video was about. It was about the fact that you're playing these video games thinking that they're fulfilling you, but all they're doing is stimulating you. Whoever disliked the video obviously didn't see my point. Or they don't like the fact that I pointed out exactly what they already knew. You gotta understand, I was in the same boat. I was literally in the same boat. I was playing video games every night and I enjoyed it. I love the characters, I love the stories, I love the artwork, I love everything about it. It's so enjoyable to play that. But I realized it was screwing up my life. Now you could argue, you could say like, well, you just don't know how to control it, right? Maybe you just need to play a few hours less and then you'd be fine. I tried that. And you could say, well, that's on you, right? That's your fault. You just can't control yourself. I'm a pretty disciplined guy. I can control myself. But this was an addictive behavior. And it's not that I wasn't able to control it, but it made it way more challenging. So why do you want to put more challenge on yourself to try and get rid of a behavior that you know isn't really serving you instead of just doing the things that will help you? You may think right now that that's enjoyable, but that's only because you're not doing the things that are even more enjoyable. You know what's so enjoyable about my day is the fact that I'm growing by doing simple things, by going for this walk. It's so enjoyable. It's so enjoyable, man. If you've never even gone for a walk, I don't think that you can even talk. I don't think you could say anything about it. You could say like, that's stupid. Why would you want to do that? Don't you just want to cuddle up in your house and just feel warm and relaxed? There's a time and place for those things. In fact, after I go back home, I'll do my workout and then I will kind of cuddle up because then I grab a tea and I drink as I read a book and I'm learning and growing even more. But it comes after all of the hard work that I've already done in the day. And like I said, every part of my day is enjoyable, whether I'm doing that hard work task in the beginning of the day, whether I'm doing this walk, whether I'm exercising, reading, any of these habits, they're all enjoyable. But they weren't enjoyable at one point in my life. And that point in my life, the only thing that was enjoyable were the things that were overstimulating me. Things like video games and my phone, scrolling on Instagram. Those were the things that were stimulating me and keeping me stuck. And you know, for video games, I'll be honest, it was hard to get rid of because I genuinely enjoyed them. Social media was slightly different. I didn't even enjoy doing it. I just kept finding myself scrolling on Instagram. I actually wanted to stop, but I felt I couldn't. It was like I was hooked on it, right? So start with something. Start with something that you could cut out. If, say, social media is a problem for you, and so is video games, why not start with social media if it becomes easier for you? You need to reduce these overstimulating distractions. You need to, man. Not because I told you to, but because you know ultimately it's ruining your life. You know it. You would not be watching this video right now if you didn't already believe this. You would have turned this off, as many people probably already have, right? You're one of the few people who are still listening, and the reason is because you know what I'm saying is true. You know what I'm saying is for your benefit, not mine. I'm already living a great life. I'm already enjoying my day. But if right now you're not enjoying your day, right? if right now you're actually feeling quite sad and bored, I'm telling you, this is the reason. And it's also the route out of it. Cut out these distractions. And look, I know this is not easy. I know it's not. In fact, that's one of the things that I'm working on right now to help people overcome this. You know, I was helping people in the summer, coaching them one-on-one, and I helped them to overcome all these struggles that I dealt with as well. And they made some immense progress in their life. And then I thought, you know what I want to do as well is to build out a program that they could follow, a step-by-step guide that will get them the results that I know that they want. And that's what I've been working on right now. That's my deep work task of the day. Being an entrepreneur, I get to work on whatever task that I feel is best. And right now, it's to build out a course. So I work for 6 hours every single morning to build out this course. And I'm so excited to release it because I know it's going to help so many people. Because it's not easy to cut out these types of distractions. Because most times, if you say like, oh, just cut out the distractions, you hear that and go like, how do I do it? Or better yet, I don't want to, right? Because we already talked about the fact that you still want these things. You need to get over the fact that you want them, because it's not really that you want them. It's just that you have a craving for it because of the screwed up levels of dopamine in your brain. When you reset the levels of dopamine in your brain to a normal level, you'll appreciate more things in life. You'll appreciate these small moments. You'll appreciate the small pockets of time in your day where you're actually doing hard work, but it will feel fulfilling for you. That's an amazing place to be, and that's the place that I'm in right now, and I just want that so badly for you. And this is how you're going to do it. By cutting these things out. I hope this was helpful to you. Done.